Hello guys, welcome to the AngularJS snippet session. So in this snippet, I will cover the basic things of AngularJS and basic directives of AngularJS from the beginning, like ng app, ng controller, ng init, and in this session, I will cover the AngularJS aspects from the scratch, how to create the AngularJS application, and which things, basic things are required before creating AngularJS applications. So currently, I have created one HTML file by the name. Some name you can pass to the HTML file, and one more file I have created as a controller by the .js extension. Okay, so this is the basic structure of HTML, as all of you already know. So I am importing before using the Angular JS features. All you must know, we need to import the AngularJS library locally or from the CDN network content directory. Okay, so I already tell in a previous sessions how to import the CDN content directory network AngularJS libraries, or how to save the AngularJS libraries from CDN location. Okay, so type in a browser CDN AngularJS, go to the first link and copy the AngularJS library uh, of the appropriate version, whatever version you want. Suppose I am selecting 1.6.4 and select the Angular .mean.js, or you can select the Angular.js also, but choose mean.js because mean stands for minified version that compress the size of library, so that that reduces the DOM size as well. So copy the location of that library, and you can directly pass the library location in a script tag, or even you can save the library locally into your application. So just put in a browser uh, the location of CDN and hit enter, and just control S, make control S to save the library locally. So I have already saved this same library at my local end, named by angular.min.js. So I am importing the AngularJS library from local. So script tag, we need to mention in script tag, script type application slash javascript, and the source of Angular directory is currently I am placing the Angular main.js file at a same location which I have currently worked for the HTML page. So dot slash angular.main.js. So you can pass the local location as well as the CDN location. Both location you can pass any of the one. Okay, and then you need to also import the controller file in your HTML. Then and only then your DOM can load that controller file for you to make a easier separation of a development. Okay, so script tag, same script type, application JavaScript, src, the name of that controller file which I currently saved at the same location which I work, data binding controller.js. Okay, so when we are beginning by the AngularJS application, we need to pass to the body tag or to the parent tag. Even more, you can pass beginning tag or body tag also by the ng app. You need to pass the application name. It must need before starting Angular application. Means Angular knows where the application ng app file is present. Okay. After that, ng controller name you need to also pass before loading appropriate controller to the DOM. Okay, so for that purpose we need to create application module and application controller at a controller side, which I already create as a separate file. So I am going in a .js file and creating application module. The syntax of creating application module in AngularJS is Angular dot module bracket name of module. Suppose I am giving the name of module is a Angular module test, and the second parameter is array. That array contain the predefined dependencies and services which is loaded at a application loading time. Okay, so currently I don't need any of the predefined services to load in application, so I am passing the empty array. Okay, so we can pass we can create a controller directly by clicking directly passing the dot operator and passing the controller keyword here. But the best practice is store the module in a one variable like app and use that variable name to create controller, services, factories. Multiple things can be created in AngularJS, which I will cover in a separate videos, upcoming videos. So you just currently understand. I have stored the module in a one object which is named by app. So using that app, I can create a controller. App dot controller. The syntax of controller is name of controller. Suppose I am giving the name test controller, and the second parameter of controller is function. So the function having parameter parenthesis that contain the parameter injection. It contain the predefined services of AngularJS available services before use. So you need to pass the predefined services before use. Suppose I want to use a scope service which is available in the AngularJS library. So I need to mention that scope service here before use. Otherwise, I cannot use it. So every standard services like dollar window, dollar scope, dollar log, dollar timeout. Before use, you need to mention here dollar timeout. All these things, whatever the things are available with AngularJS, you need to mention here. Okay. So currently I want to use a dollar scope, so I am passing the dollar scope here in the function. Okay, and opening and closing bracket of function and closing the controller and semicolon. This is the syntax of creating controller. So creation of module and controller is done. Now I am going to pass the name of application to engineer here, as well as I need to pass name of controller by copying the controller name from JS to HTML. Okay, cool. So now the Angular application creation from scratch is done. Now we can use the AngularJS framework things from here. So currently I want to use, suppose init directive. Number of directive we already covered. So I am using a init directive which is started with the ng init and is equal to double quote. Okay. So the purpose of ng init directive is to initialize the scope object. As the name suggests, it initialize the scope object at a initial loading time. Okay. As the all languages declaration, we need to initialize the variable or something before use. So same thing here in nginit, we need to initialize, means we can initialize the scope object using nginit directly. Okay, suppose I have a one scope variable called named by test data. Okay, currently I am initializing it to empty. So we can pass same here, test data is equal to single quote. Suppose I want to initialize it by Shay Prakash. Okay, so when I am printing the test data here, then the initial value of test data becomes Jay Prakash. Okay, print using the interpolation technique, double opening and double closing curly brackets, and when I am going to run this application, then it show me